Oh my goodness. This sure feels like the tail end of a Mercury retrograde. First of all, I forgot to turn on my mic, then I forgot to turn on the camera, and then I forgot to go live on the broadcast. So apparently I'm dead in the water today. But anyway, I'm glad to see you here. I don't know, I've been getting this nudge that I needed to come on live and talk to you guys. I think the full moon has something to do with that. I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely feeling the effects of this full moon coming up tonight. A little bit more emotional than normal, maybe. And I called this talk "Trusting in the Process" when all you want to do is hang on to the control. Can you guys relate to that? Are you feeling like you got to release and let go of something, but you're kicking and screaming, going, "No, I don't want to do it," right? So I don't know about you, but it's definitely there. It's definitely a feeling. And we know that the full moon's related. I'm no astrologer, I never pretend to be, but I know the full moon relates to releasing and letting go. And you're absolutely right, Kristen. The energies are strong. You're not kidding when you say that. But seriously, I'm just feeling like the energy right now is super intense. Now, we know about 2022. We know that when we add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2, it comes up to a 6. And the 6 is related to how much responsibility we all feel towards our friends and our family and to our work, and this huge need to do the right thing. We always have to do the right thing. You can't do what you want to do, but you feel motivated to do whatever everybody else wants you to do. And they kind of get lost in the mix, right? So there's a lot of there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on all of us right now. And did I mention that June is also a 6 month, right? So, but what I want to talk about today is the fact that, let me see if I can get my banners working. Seeing as I couldn't get anything else working today, let's see if we can do this. Hang on. There we go. June 6th. June is the 6th month. The 14th day, we add 1 and 4 together, it comes to 5. And then 2022, we're going to add 2 plus 0 plus 2. Oh, plus 2. Should have been a 2, but you know what I'm saying. It is 2022 last time I checked. Anyway, the reality is it's going to add up to a 17-8. So what the heck does a 17-8 day even mean? Well, you have to break it down. Okay, this is what we call a universal day. You have to break it down. So planetary influences aside, the ones that are so intense right now, we have this energy of the 17-8 at play. So when we see 3 numbers like that, 1, 7/8, this is what we call a composite number. And it's a code, right? It's a code that we can decode. We can crack the code on that, right? So when we look at 1, 7/8, the 1 is all about us. The 1 is about us being independent. The 1 is about standing on our own 2 feet, being counted, being seen, being heard, being independent, stepping into what's right for us. But that 7 keeps us a little bit stalled, right? The 7 causes us to overthink things. It causes us to get very egoic, causes us to go inside and check in and check in with ourselves all the time. But we're always going up here. We're knocking on the door of the ego. And last time I checked, nothing really good sits up here next to your brain except the ego. And the ego does not want you successful, right? So the struggle that we're feeling right now is that we know that we need to release and let go of something. Okay. The 8, remember, this is a 17-8 universal day. The 8 says, I want the control, right? The 1 says, it's me, right? And the 7 says, I'm thinking about it, but I don't trust anything else but myself to come up with the solution here. So I'm going to hang on to this really super tight. Okay. So that causes a lot of anxiety with us because Spirit's up there going, but wait, I have your soul's contract. I know what it's all about. We can help you. And you're up there going, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll call you if I need you, kind of thing. And Spirit's up there going, well, seriously, we know how to help you. We have the soul's contract. You left it behind when you entered into the earth plane. And, you're going, well, no, I'm good. I can still figure this out. So I always laugh about this because the Spirit basically says, fine, then you're in for a bitch slap. Down you go, right? So we kind of find, and I don't know about you guys, but I have actually found myself with the face in the mud a couple of times when I didn't listen, right? I just went to my ego, talked to my ego, made the decisions based on what I thought was the right thing to do. So we struggle, right? So right now there's this feeling like we have to maintain control, and there's this big fear of letting go, right? It's a big fear of what's coming up. And I do feel, and again, I'm no astrologer, but I do feel that there's a lot of positive stuff coming. I feel like there's going to be a change, there's going to be a shift coming. But in the meantime, you can't receive anything new unless you're prepared to release something old. Okay. So right now we need to really go within and ask ourselves, what do we need to release and let go of before we can move forward? What is it that's no longer working for us any longer? Right. How and the 7 is asking us to go in. The 7 is saying in the 17:8, the 7 is saying, I've got to become a little bit more introspective, maybe a little bit more reflective. I need to look over the last few years and ask myself, what's working for me and what isn't, right? It's time to get really truthful. But the trick here, guys, is to learn how to surrender and release and trust in the universe, whatever the universe is to you, whatever the divine is to you, whether it's God or it's Jesus or it's Gaia, Mother Earth, I don't care. It doesn't matter. But it's getting out of here and getting up into here. It's like ET call home kind of thing. Ooh, remind me to tell you about the ETs. So right now we're feeling that huge pull and we're hanging on for everything we've got because the 8 says we need the control. I made a few notes here. Hang on just a second. I'm going to resort to my notes so I don't miss anything for you. So it's tapping into what is rightfully yours. Okay. The 8 is about abundance as well. So this is a day about abundance. This is the day that is asking you to release and let go of what is no longer working for you, but to step into your power and claim what is yours, right? So I'm going through a bit of a challenge right now because I am disassembling a huge part of my business in an effort to open up another side of the business, which is going to be available to everyone. And this, I promise you, this is not meant to be an advertisement, but I just wanted to kind of help for you guys to relate to this. I am taking my Master Number 11 membership, which has always been open just to the Master 11s, and I'm now opening it up to everyone. And I am calling it the Clarity Seekers community. So within that community, it should be open about the middle of July. So within that community, we're going to do things very, very differently than what we have been doing, bringing in all kinds of really cool speakers on all kinds of different topics, all designed to help you step into who you are and who you're meant to be if you're not stepping into it yet. So it's a really, really cool opportunity because you'll be able to connect with me live 5 times a month, including once with a live speaker coming in, question and answer period, all of it done on Zoom. So it's really, as close as we can get. So I'm really super pumped to do that. There's like 42 master classes all set up for you guys in there to tap into. There's MP3s to listen to. There's PDF handouts. There's all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it's a really great opportunity, but it's scary for me, right? Because now I have to release the old and step into the new. And I've been really resistant, even though I'm really pumped and excited about it. I felt like maybe you guys are feeling the same way. Like, is this affecting you guys too? Is it just me and the full moon, or what's going on? Like, somebody talk to me. What's going on? Lori's saying, I love that membership is more 5 energy, community is more 6 energy. Yes. Thank you, Lori. That's amazing that you saw that. I appreciate that. Cause you know what? The word membership was bugging me. It's never felt right to me because it's kind of like, you either belong or you don't. Right. But community, it's like, this is going to be open to everybody. And I'm just really pumped about it. And in fact, I told you, remind me to tell you about the ETs. Well, I've got a gal coming in on the 27th of June. Okay. Her name is Dr. Gail. So Gail was she was a registered nurse. She worked in the OR in brain surgery, right? So she's quite an advanced kind of a nurse in a very specialized field. And then she went on to become a doctor of chiropractics. And then her father got ill, so she had to give up her practice. But I believe it was in 2020, she realized that aliens were communicating with her and that she needed to start to heal the aliens and also heal the connection between aliens and people. So to bridge that gap that exists between us and all that fear that exists there. It is the coolest conversation you were ever going to be a part of. So, check it out. Let me see if I got a banner here. And then I'll get on to pulling some cards for you guys. So you can look at it over here. It's at AnnPerryNumerologist.com, and it's called the Master Number 11 membership right now. But it won't be for long. As I say, I think it's going to be around the 15th of July. It's going to be called the Clarity Seekers. And it's going on to a whole new platform. The other new thing that's going to be happening in this community as well is I'm going to be teaching numerology under this umbrella. So rather than you having to take one of my big ass courses, right, which is pretty much all I've been offering, and they've been running around $795 for a 4-week program, you're going to be in there. If you join now, it's $11 a month or $65 for a whole year, and your price is never going to go up. So that's kind of good news, right? There, $65 a year, $5 a month, basically $541 a month. Plus, you get a free course. You get the Uncover Your Life Purpose course, which is valued at $47. So it's a real no-brainer, right? So if you sign up now, you get in for $11 a month or $65 a year, your choice. That price will never go up for you. When it opens in July, it's going up to $47 a month or $470 a year. So I'm just saying, right? I don't have to do the math for you. You can figure it out yourself. And you can quit whenever you want. Like if you want to cancel, absolutely, you're welcome to do that. But anyway, the talk that we're doing in June is called Beam Me Up, Scotty. It's all about the aliens. So Gail's going to be explaining to us what aliens are. How do you know you're communicating with them? Are they scary? Are there, is there a difference between bad aliens and good aliens? How to know when you're sensing them, that sort of thing. And I think why I really want to do this is I want to open up the conversation because many of you have had extraterrestrial experiences, right? And maybe you have nobody to talk to about it. And Gail has said, well, you can imagine she came from a scientific background, an evidence-based background. Well, this isn't cool to be talking about it. A lot of people have thought, she's kind of lost her marbles. She hasn't. I assure you that she has not. And she's right there, skywalking with the moon. Gail's there. I wish you were on the call with me. That'd be awesome. But anyway, yeah. So Gail, I am super pumped that you're going to be here. And I don't know if you just jumped on, I guess, but I was just saying that I'm so excited that you are coming to do this because I know it's been a bit of a challenge for you to put it out there, but you're just doing you, right? You can't avoid it when it happens. When they're knocking on your door, you got to make it happen, right? So I'm so excited for this discussion, and I think you guys will too. So make sure you join up and you be there. Hey, Tiffany, love your stuff. It's exciting. Yeah. Teresa, sure, I can message you afterwards. No worries. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. So it's going to be a big change, but with change comes uncertainty. With change comes a little bit of anxiety. With change comes, fear and all that kind of stuff. But I guess sometimes we just have to take a big deep breath and just keep moving forward, right? So I've been nudged for a while to kind of expand and do something different. I don't know about you guys. Are you feeling that too? Where you're kind of getting that push to put yourself out there and try something new, but you're kind of resistant? It's there. It's the reality, and it's what we're all dealing with, I think, right now. Given the six says I always have to do the right thing. 2022 being that 6th universal year, always have to do the right thing. So it's kind of a scary year for us to step into what's right for us, right? There is that sense of responsibility. The other thing that's really been plaguing a lot of people too, that I keep getting messages on, is balance. 2022, again, the 6th, we're into June as well. The issue with that is that we're having a hard time striking a balance. It's either we're all hell bent for leather in one direction or the other, and we fail to see the whole picture. So yeah, it's and this too shall pass, guys. I promise. But look for the signs. There's so many signs out there right now. I mean, the earth is just vibrating, trying to get our attention. With the war on right now, all the people stepping up to take care of the Ukrainians, unbelievably amazing. I know in Nova Scotia, I'm so proud to be here because there's so many people helping out, reaching out to help out. And I feel that the 6th universal year is a year to think about our communities. 6 is about community. 6 is about joining forces. It's about being responsible for each other. The 6 is about love, right? Loving unconditionally. But when we look at 2022, we've got 3 number 2s in there. So what does that mean? Well, the 2 is about partnership. It's about relationships. It's about collaborating. It's not about us anymore on our own. It's not about us alone. It's about us in partnership. So how can we be responsible to each other? That's what's going on this year. But there's a big need also for some forgiveness, releasing, letting go. I think that's why I felt kind of inspired to do this today, because I'm feeling called to just, you know what, just trust, just surrender and trust. You know, the affirmation that I use, and I've shared it with you guys quite a bit. I'm going to share it again for those of you who haven't heard it. We start out by saying, I am just so grateful. Why do I start that way? Because that raises the vibration on the message rather than saying, please bring me this. That's a low vibration. We don't want to go there, right? We want to make sure that the universe is hearing us. So we're going to say, I'm just so grateful that you are bringing me the perfect, whatever that is, the perfect, insert here, in the perfect timing for me, right? That is how we surrender, we release, and we trust and let go. That's the best way to do it. It's the only way I know how to do it. Right? You could say, I'm just so grateful that you're bringing me the perfect life partner in the perfect timing for me. You can't describe that life partner. You can't describe that job. You can't describe that opportunity. You can't describe that car. That's because that defeats the purpose, right? So right now, we need, especially today, this is be a really good day to start, because today being that 17-8 universal day, you get that big 7 in there that says we got to learn how to trust, right? So I want you to do what you can to release and let go of the expectations for things. I want you to release and let go of what you think you need, because when you think you need something, it's not you. It's your ego telling you you need that. You should have that. You'd look better in that. You'd look more successful if you had that. People would respect you more if you had that. Bull crap. It's not about that. What do you want? What would make you happy? What would make you happy is whatever spirit feels is perfect for you. And it might be a challenge, and that's part of the releasing, right? We have to learn to accept whatever is given to us, because whatever we're given is not always what we want, right? But it is what we need. So I don't know about you, but I would prefer to receive what I actually genuinely need, rather than being confused by what my ego says I have to have. All right, enough of that. So I hope that you'll use that. Pork chops. Good stuff, Lauren. I got some in the fridge. Okay, so interestingly enough, I pulled some cards today. I asked my cards, what would be the best message for you guys to receive today? What would be important for you to recognize and to be aware of and to work on? That's the one that came up. Okay, so that's a 96. So that's a 15, and 1 and 5 equal 6, right? Here comes the 6 again. I don't know what the word forgiveness breaks down to, but probably a 6. But anyway, the message comes from Michelle Buchanan's Numerology guidance cards, and I want to read it to you. And it says, this card indicates a need to forgive yourself and others for any past actions that may have caused you pain. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to heal any unresolved anger, hate, jealousy, resentment, or guilt that is blocking your success. Remember, we're talking about releasing, letting go of that which is standing in your way of moving forward. Such emotions are toxic to your body and hold you back from attracting a harmonious life. For the sake of your health and future happiness, you must forgive the past. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean blessing, forgetting, or condoning the unsavory behavior of others. It means releasing yourself from a self-created prison so you can move forward with your life. When you come to accept and move on from real or perceived betrayals, you create a happier future built on freedom and inner peace. Bitterness only attracts disharmony, misery, and pain. Thus, forgiveness is the best way to set your spirit free. By reliving past misfortune, you run the risk of attracting more of the same, but when you forgive, let go, and move on, you can make your dreams come true. You improve your prospects for the future when you practice acceptance and forgiveness, right? Hey, Antja, nice to see you here. It starts with us, doesn't it? It starts with us. If you want to see change, you got to be the change. I learned that through an experience with my mom. We had a struggling relationship for a long time, and we had a struggling relationship for a long time, and I was really hoping my mother would change one day, but it wasn't until I changed that everything changed. And about 3 years before she died, it was like we had a beautiful relationship. I'm so grateful for those 3 years, all the years for that matter, but the last 3 were really particularly good. Let's go back to our comments here. So, Carrie Ann, you're in Newfoundland. Say hi to my baby. He's in St. John's. So, if you're out there, say hi to him. So I feel like I'm speaking direct. I feel like you're speaking directly to me. That's a possibility. So Antje, you're all the way from Belgium. I remember. That's right. It's been a while since we've seen you for sure. Kristen, I'd love to have you join. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see you join the membership. And Lori says, it's exciting. I just recently joined. I'm loving it so far. I'd love some focus on a sevens at some point. I feel that we're very intuitive and gifted spiritually. I've definitely felt psychic many times throughout my life. Oh my God, how long do you have? I'm a 7, right? So I'm not quite sure what 7 you are, but the fact is, you know that you're a 7 life path number. So the 7s, we have a full-time job trying to get out of our heads, right? So we are head cases. We are thinkers. We're constantly second guessing everything. And why do we do that? Because we forget to plug in, because the 7 is a very lone wolf kind of a number. We tend to be very independent. We tend to be reflective and such. So we kind of get stuck in our own way. But it's not until we learn, do the affirmation I just suggested, we learn how to surrender, release, and trust, right? It's always ending with trust. We have to trust in something bigger than ourselves. So on a day like today, this is when we're really feeling challenged with that. I know I've been in a bit of a messy place for the last few days, and second guessing things and questioning things and all these big changes I'm making with the business and whatnot. A lot of risks, a lot of money being spent in making all these changes. But I want to be of greater service. I want to evolve alongside of you guys more so. I want a bigger group of people to talk to, because the 7 is a spiritual teacher. So, I'm tired of keeping myself small. And I think that's what you might be feeling, Lori, is that the 7s do have a tendency to keep ourselves small because we're sometimes afraid of the risk. We overthink it before we take that step forward. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit. Oops. I don't know why you're not seeing all the chat there. I'm sorry. Carrie Ann, if you want to message, put in the message box what your date of birth is, I can certainly help you with knowing what your life path number is. Good to see you, Jerry. It's nice to have you here too. Stranger. Rikara, it's funny. Yeah, so if you'll put that in there, I'm happy to look that up. Or if anybody's kind of curious as to what their life path number is, by all means, put it in there and I can give you a little quick explanation. So Carrie, you are, that's a cool date of birth, January the 29th of 1990. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring January down as a 1, okay? It's a single digit. The 29th, that's a special day. You were born on the 29th, so we add 2 and 9 together, and that comes to an 11. So we're going to leave that alone because that's a master number. And then 1990 is 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19. And 1 and 9 is 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So your life path number is a 13-4. So that holds a karmic debt. So you are a very old soul, because anybody born on the 29th day is somebody who is the older soul, because you brought in the master number with you. Okay. So, but your life path number adds up to the 13, which says that you're paying back for some bad behavior in a previous lifetime. Now, let me make something clear here. When we talk karmic debt, we are not talking about punishment. Karmic debt is never punishment. Karmic debt is a choice that you made to come in not just as a 4 life path number. You said, no, I'm going to pony up and I'm going to come in as a 13-4 because I've got some stuff to pay back for. So basically, in a nutshell, it says that in a previous lifetime, you were kind of lazy, didn't apply yourself. You were somebody that didn't really pay attention to the details. And so this lifetime, you might be faced with a lot of obstacles. It just seems like, oh, I just get through one obstacle and here's another one coming. So the idea is to make sure that you are approaching the obstacles from a more positive aspect. You're looking at the opportunity rather than the obstacle. Okay, so coming from a half full cup rather than a half empty cup. There's a good video. I think it's a good video. If I say so myself, I created a video on YouTube about the 13-4. If you go into my search engine on my channel, just type in 13/4 and you'll see it. There's also some information about it on my website as well, so you can check it out. There's a free course I have too that you can take. It's called How Do I Know If I Have a Karmic Debt? You can get that on my website as well. Look at all you keeners. Hang on just a second there. I hope that helped you. So Lauren, you've got the maturity number of the 16-7. So that's going to be running between the ages of 35 and 50. We call that affectionately, and I say affectionately because I am a 16-7. That's my life path. So the 16-7 is the crash, burn, and learn, right? So it's dusting ourselves off and rising out of the ashes. It's kind of like living the life of a phoenix and seeing how far you can rise above that. And basically, again, learning how to trust, step away from the ego and allow spirit to guide. Kristen, you are March 16th of 83. March 16th of 1983. So you also have that karmic debt of 16. 9, 10, 18, 21, 3, 7, and 3. And everything I just said to Carrie Ann applies to you because you too are the 13-4 karmic debt life path number, but with a healthy dose of a 16 karmic debt too. Go, girlfriend. It's the 16 is overrated, but at any rate, you chose it for whatever reason, so it's all good. The 16 is, so you're not just a 4 life path number. Remember that you are a 13-4 life path number. That's a very big distinction between the two. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to that. But the fact that you're born on the 16th day says that you're going to have some trust issues in this lifetime. You know, people might betray you. You might be the person that betrays somebody else. The fact is, the 16, myself included, we are ones who betrayed others in a previous lifetime, and we're coming back to make amends for that behavior. So you might be somebody who's a little paranoid, you know, like, where were you? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you text me? You said you would. Or you might attract somebody who's kind of paranoid as well. But ultimately, the easiest way to identify what you're feeling with that is to have a tendency to be really in your head and make decisions based on what you think you should do rather than what you feel you should do. So anybody who's got the influence of a 7, 16-7, 25-7, 34-7, 7, is somebody who is a little too wrapped up, a little tighter up here and needs to learn how to sink into here. So the best way around that for you guys that have the 7s is to eliminate the word think from your vocabulary. Do not use it. Get rid of it, right? Replace it with I feel. Because when you say I feel, you'll have to pause for a second and it's going to feel uncomfortable and it's going to feel different and it's going to feel a little bit, you know, because your default's always been to say what you think. Boom, there it is, right? No, this is slow down a little bit and tap into what you feel. So I hope that helped you in some way. Let's see. Rakara, you are June 30th of 82. Very intuitive, I can see already. Of course you are. You're an 11. Yeah. I hope you're in my group. If you're not, why not? Get in there. There's all kinds of good stuff in there for you. But yeah, this is really cool. Your life path number is an 11. But the fact is that you're born on the 30th day. So you get that 0 in there, right? So the 0 is the turbocharger. This is, you're somebody who's really good with your words, very creative, very inspirational, you know, and you're meant to tap into your creative potential. You're meant to express it in some way. I mean, that's the job of an 11 anyways, right? Because the 11 is the spiritual teacher who is here to develop confidence within their creative potential and to inspire other people. But the fact that you've got that 0 in there is kind of amping it up a bit. If you're interested in that, you can go on my YouTube channel. I've got a video in there called turbocharger or something. It relates to the turbocharge effect of the 0 on any number that it sits next to. So that might be interesting for you. So Laura is in the building. Hey, Laura, you're 35-8. Cool. So you're probably feeling today. You're probably kind of tapping into the energy today. Might be feeling a little bit scattered, like you want to get something done, but you may be feeling all over the place. The 8 says, I want the power. The 3 causes you to be a little scattered. And the 5 says, I just want change, right? So sometimes it's difficult for you to make a decision based on what you want. Let's see here. Jenna. Hey, Jenna. Your life path number. So, well, you're born on the 14th day. I'm running out of paper. So we've got 12, 14. Where are you? Where did you go? 12, 14, 1978. There's the second one is 10, 18, 25, 7, 10, 15. You're at 15, 6. So this is a big year for you, Jenna, because you are a 6 life path number in a 6 universal year. Okay. Let me look at something else here. 3, 5, 6, 6, 5, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So yeah, and you got this sort of contradiction thing going on because you got a life path number of 15-6. Okay, so that dominant energy, the 6, says I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'm somebody who loves to be responsible. I take on a lot of drama. I take on a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, especially as it relates to my family. I always feel like I have to do the right thing, can't always do what I want, have to do what everybody else does. So everybody comes ahead of me, kind of thing. And now you've got the intensity of the 6 universal year for 2022 that's sitting on top of you as well, right? But you were personally in a 5 personal year. Okay. So that 5 says, I want my freedom. I just want to change it up, shake it up, make it different. I'm just bored. I just gotta have some change. But that's kind of being, irresponsible. Everything else is all my 6s are calling me to be responsible. And yet on the other side, you really don't want to be. Okay. So, that I think will feel a little easier for you in the fall as you shift into like September, October. You should be feeling a little bit better. Luz is saying, you once told me I was a master 22, but I can't find the sun. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Luz. I'm sorry. The master 22 is here to do something for humanity, is here to create something that's special that will support humanity in some way. But quite often what they fail to realize is that they are not meant to do it by themselves. It feels like you're meant to do it by yourself. It feels like a big responsibility to do it by yourself, but it's not, because it's a 22. So the 22 is double the intensity of the 2 that says the 4, that foundation I want to build, I have to do it in partnership with other people who are just as passionate about my vision. I don't know if that helps you in any way. Oops. Goodness, there's all kinds of questions here. So hang on. They're coming in fast and furious. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to all of you, but I just, you're bumping up all over the place. Coconut, that's funny. May the force be with you. Life path expression and destiny is a 7. Holy. And I was even born on the 16th on a Sunday. My mom had me in her personal year of 7. Wowzers. Yeah. Well, you know what? You're somebody who's super special, super spiritual. And I can't imagine what it's like to live inside your head, because you'd be really very deep in thought, very analytical. I hope that you're pausing long enough to kind of meditate and tap in and connect to spirit as much as you can. Okay, a chorister. I know I'm a 3911. You can't be a 3911. It's not possible, because 3 and 9 equals 12. So you were June 21st of 1946. So we're going to take 6 down as a 6. 21st day, you can add that as a 3, down as a 3. 1 and 9 is 10, 10, that's a 2. 6 and 3 is 9, 10. So you're an 11. You're a straight up 11 a chorister. 76 next week. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. Still not sure that I am living it. I have felt since I was a child that I am supposed to write my story, but still thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. We want to hear it. That would be amazing. Are you kidding that you're here and that you're participating in this, and at the ripe age of 76? I think that's amazing. That's awesome. Because you know what? You are an 11. You're a straight up 11. You're not a 2911. You're not 4711. Not a 3811. You're just a straight up 11. And that means you've got the double ones. Okay. The double ones, all about double the need to be creative, double the need to be inspiring, double the need to inspire others, right? To motivate others. So whatever your story is, you got to share it. Like that's your job. You have to share it. You signed up for it, and it's going to nag you. And we'll have this conversation this time next year if you don't get on with it. So I hope you have an amazing birthday. That's crazy. Okay. Amber, you are August 10th of 1982. Oh, my 11 friends are here. Same thing. What are you doing? It's something really creative, I hope, Amber. because you are somebody who is meant to do something very authentic, very original. That's the thing with the 11 energy. I don't care how you come around it to be the 11. At the end of the day, if you're a 29 or 47, 38, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when you come up being an 11, there's that double one intensity that says, what I create has to be mine. There is absolutely no point in comparing yourself to someone else. There's no point in saying you're not as good as somebody else. It's important for you to tap into something that you've created. So writing a book, creating something in the form of artwork or music or poetry or something would be super powerful. And the fact that you're born on the 10th day, once again, you're here to tap into your intuitive gifts. I really hope that you'll consider joining the membership. I really do. I want to put that up there again so you guys know, because it's super important for you guys to know this, because it's just such an opportunity that you've only got a few more weeks to take advantage of. So once the doors are closed, the doors are closed. I'm not opening them back up again to this price point. So, hey, Michelle, nice to see you too. Shirley Castonguay is in the building. Yay. How are you, girlfriend? I haven't seen you forever. I miss you. So I believe if I remember correctly, you're a 4. 1, 9 is 10, 18, 22, 44, 7, 10. Yep. No, you're not. What was I thinking you were a 4? Just a second. 19, 48. How is it possible you're born in 48? It's an 18, 22. That's 44 and 7, 10, 11, 1. You're the 6. Why was I thinking you were a 4? So this is a big year for you too. This is a really big year for you as well, because this is the 6th universal year. So you're really going to feel the intensity of this need to be responsible for everybody. I hope that you're taking some time out for you and enjoying your new home. I'll be waving to you from across the water in not too long a future. So we'll be closer than you think. Diana. So, whoops, where'd you go? Diana, 6'4", 1981. 1 minus 10. You guys, you keep bouncing around on me. Where'd you go? There you are. 6'4", 1981. 1, 4, and 6. Another 11 is in the building. So, one of the things with you, Diana, that you have to be careful of. How does this work? There, 6'4", 1981. How cool is that? I didn't know I could do that. That's a lot easier for me. So one of the things you need to know, Diana, is that the fact that you were born, I'm assuming on the 4th day, this is June 4th, 1981, rather than April 6th. It's hard for me to tell because you wrote it that way. But sometimes that 4 will cause you to feel that you have to be a little too focused on the details, and that stands in your way. You get a little stuck. So you don't typically step into ways to express yourself as easily as somebody else might, right? Because you get a little stuck because you're very much about the details, assuming you were born on the 4th day. Hey, Ernest, good to see you here. I was just in a magazine for my decorating. Does that count? Absolutely. Congratulations, Amber. That's amazing. Good for you. That counts. Absolutely. Clearly, we're all supposed to be here. 11s. Yeah, it's an 11 party. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so there's the information on the membership. In just a second, I'll give you the how do I do that again? I'll give you that. Oops, there you go. That's your website. Here's where you go to sign up for the membership. Okay, Jenna, thank you again for the notes on my life number. To summarize what you said: perfectionist, drama, everyone comes ahead of me. In a 5 personal year, want my freedom and want to shake it up and not be responsible. Things will feel better for me in the fall. I'm shaking everything up this year and finding myself exhausted right now. So this could be why. Thanks again. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Absolutely. The expression adrenal fatigue has been coming to me a lot. So even though I'm kind of taking a step back from doing readings and whatnot, I mean, I'm still doing them. You can still schedule them, but I'm not doing quite as many as I have been because I'm working my butt off to get the new community open for you guys. So I know what it is to feel tired, but it's okay. We're going in the right direction. All right, what do we got? Bree, good to see you. 10/14, 1988. 1 minus 10, 18, 26, 8, 5, and 1. 10, 13, 14. Oh, wow, you get double 14 5s. Okay, so there's a discussion right there. So Bree, you have a karmic debt of 14 in your day of birth, and you also have it as your life path number. So this says that in a previous lifetime, you were somebody who blew it. How else can I say it? You kind of blew it, right? You succumbed to probably an addiction, because a 5 has a tendency to be an addictive number. So you were likely somebody who is an alcoholic, maybe a drug addict, maybe a gambler, something like that. But you made a very rash decision that cost you everything. Okay, so it cost you everything, cost your family everything, and it was a very painful experience. So in this lifetime, the way it plays out for you, and again, this is not punishment, this is your choice to bring this in. When we take a look at the 14-5, we break it down. It's a code, right? 1-4/5. Okay. So the 1 is all about you developing confidence in yourself. Okay. The 4 is about you developing a step-by-step plan. So the 1 is about you confidently developing a step-by-step plan so that you can have the 5, which is the freedom that you so desire. So the way it plays out sometimes is it causes you to be a little bit nervous about taking a chance, because there's always this little voice in your head that's going, oh, really, Bree? Yeah, okay. Do you think that's really a good idea? Do you really feel that that's a good thing to do? Because you remember how that felt last time? Not so good, right? So it causes you to kind of be a little bit resistant. But basically, the way to get through this karmic debt is to recognize that you need change. Change is good for you. You need to experience change. You need to be out there making a difference, trying new things. You're an experiential learner after all. You should be traveling. You should be trying different foods and things. But the 4 causes you to be a little stuck. The 5 says, I want to go out. The 4 says, no, you got to stay home. But I want to go travel. No, you can't. You got to stay back. But I want to spend some money. No, you have to save your money, right? So it's the 4 is the even number. The 5 is the odd number. So it's a paradox, right? They're constantly in battle. But the 4 is trying to keep you on the straight and narrow to say, yeah, you can have your freedom, but you need to take a step-by-step approach. You have to think about things. And before you blow the big wad of money, you have to come up with a bit of a savings plan with which to be able to do it. Okay. So I hope that makes sense to you, because it's very dominant in your chart for sure. So then, and this is my personal year 6. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't expect the new membership to open until the 15th of the new community to open up until around the 15th of July. So I'm sure you'll be okay. And if you have a problem with that, a chorister, you just send me a message. Okay, we'll make it happen for you. We'll make it work for you. Oh, good, Diane. I'm glad that worked out okay. Hey, Tracy Pendergast, she's in the building. How are you? Good to see you. 22-4. Yeah, Tracy's been a student of mine for a while, so that's awesome. So good. Gail's still here in the building. That's awesome. Let's see. Jayathi Narsai, Feb 29th, 1984. Ooh, that's a cool number. Okay, just a second. We got to look at that one. Look how smart I am now. I just figured out how to do that. StreamYard's a whole new experience for me. Okay, so the 29th day, we know that adds up to an 11. So what do we do with that? We bring it down as an 11 because that's a master number. We don't reduce it. Okay, so we've got, you must be from the UK because you got this. In my world, that's ass backwards, but it's okay. It works the same. So February is the second month. We're bringing that down as a 2. The 29th comes down as an 11, and 1984 is a 22. So that means that anybody who was born in 1984 was born into the 22 Master 11 universal year. So these are people who are very committed to their work, very disciplined, very orderly. This is somebody who wants to do well, to be successful, that sort of thing. So your life path number, Jayathi, is a 35-8. Okay. So this universal day of being a 17-8 is probably pulling on you a little bit. The full moon being here as well. But I find that that 8 energy on an 8 universal day tends to be a little bit more intense. So just remember to surrender, just trust, just go with it, right? Whatever you feel you need to release and let go of tonight, do it. This is a really good time to do it. Write down, you guys, this is something you can do is write down whatever you want to release and let go of. Write it down. And if it's safe for you to do so, take it outside and burn it under the full moon. I know that sounds a little bit out there. But I'm telling you, it's very impactful. It really is. Hang on. Let me go back to here. There we go. Okay. From the UK, my birthday, Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline. Your birthday is Friday, the 17th of June, 1961. Oh, it's coming up. Happy birthday almost. So we've got 6/17, 1961. 1 and 9 is 10, 16, 17. That's an 8. That's an 8, and that's a 6. 8 and 8 is 16 and 22. So you're a 22/4 life path number. You'd be very much about your work because you're born on the 17th. I hope that you're doing something, Jacqueline, in somewhat of a spiritual nature. I hope that the business that you're in or the work that you're in is allowing you to express yourself in a spiritual way. The fact that you're born on the 17th day says that it would be really good for you to tap into spirituality, bring in something very original, and make your living from that. That would be really, really great. You're intended to do something that's going to support humanity on some level. I think you know that anyways. But that's a clue for you anyways. So 8, 6, and 6, 8, 10, 14, 20, and you're in a 2 personal year. So this is going to be an intense year for you too, because 2022's got 3 2s in there. So it's all about partnership, right? It's all about, playing nice in the sandbox and being very patient this year. Hey, Ingrid, I'm so glad you're here. January 25th, 1975. You guys are putting my brain to work. 1 is 10, 17, 22. What was it? Wait now. Where'd you go? June 17th. Wait now. January 25th, 1975. January 25th. I can't read my own writing because I'm writing it too fast. 22, 29, 30. So you're a 30/3. Very intuitive. You've got that big 0 in there. Again, go to website. Go to my YouTube channel. And type in the search engine in my YouTube channel, type in turbocharge or something to that effect, because there's a video in there that talks about the turbo effect of the 0. And it's really about you getting in touch with your intuitive gifts and being able to speak them, right? So this might mean becoming a reader. I know very, very intuitive. You're extremely intuitive. A very good friend of mine who's an astrologer has exactly the same life path number. And she's a very successful astrologer. And the fact that you're born on the 25th day brings in another psychic potential as well. So hopefully that will help. Albertina, you are July 16th of 61. So you've got that lovely karmic debt that I have. 1, 9, 10, 16, 17. That's 8, 8, 10, 15, 22. And you're a 22/4. A very old soul, you are. You might suffer from a lot of frustration because the 22/4 says I must do something. I have to create something. I have to build something. I don't know what it is. And I just feel nagged that I have to make a difference while I'm here. And I feel like time is running out. But you've got that 16/7 that kind of keeps you in your head second guessing your decisions. So the best thing you can do is learn how to meditate, release, surrender, release the need to have the control, because it's very, very important to tap into spirit when you have the 16/7 here, because 16/7 is like the crash and the burn, right? It's the rise and the fall of the ego. It's learning how to step out of here and step into here. It's a full-time job. Trust me. I have the t-shirt. So I got them in every color. So Stephanie, you're in the same boat as most people, right? So you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. So you're born on the 19th. So that brings in another karmic debt we can talk about. 1974, 1, 9, 10, 17, 21 is 3, 1, and 7, 10. Oh, you're an 11. I sure hope you're in my group. If you're not, you're missing something. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to get in right now. Did I mention that if you get in right now at the new price, or at the old price, which is right here, $65 for a year or $11 a month, your price is never going to go up, guys. I'm going to grandfather this in for you. Your price will never go up, and you can cancel whenever you want. But if you wait until July, it's going up to $47 a month or $470 for a year. Now, there's some bonuses that go with the yearly sign up as well. But no price will ever beat what you're going to get right now. So I'm really encouraging you to step it up. If you guys are, if you don't even have to, like, it used to be just for 11s. So there's a ton of stuff in there that's geared for the 11s, but moving forward, and even presently right now, there's a ton of stuff in there that is really devoted to the energetically sensitive, the empaths. You guys wouldn't be hanging out with me if you weren't empaths, right? I think you'd agree that most of you are empaths and energetically sensitive. So this is the best opportunity you're ever going to have. It's never going to be extended again, and you got a few weeks left to take advantage of it, but I hope you will. Laura, yay! Yay, I'm glad you're going to join. That's awesome. And Stephanie too, that's awesome. Hey Lise, good to see you. Okay. Josie, July 3rd, I think. Guess I can't tell because you got those funny number things going on. 22, 20, oops, where'd you go? Michelle, good, that's great. So we've got what? 7/3/1984. Sorry, the feed is going really fast and I'm getting lost. So you're a 32, 5, 7, 3, and 6, 10, 16, 7. Okay. So Josie, you are a 32, 5 life path number. So you're somebody who really, really likes their freedom. You don't want to be micromanaged, that's for sure. You want to be able to come and go, as you know, you want to come and go the way you want to come and go. And you feel like this year, I think you're feeling a little bit stalled, a little confused maybe as to which direction you're going to go in. A lot of questions going on in your head. Kind of feeling like, damn, if I could just make a decision, if I could just land on something, if I could just feel, if I could just feel it, right? It would be just fantastic, but I can't right now. I'm confused. And the 5 is confused anyways, right? The 5 is like all kinds of change and stuff, but the 7 is causing you to feel a little bit introspective and reflective and unsure. But I promise you, as you come into September or October, you're going to start feeling a bit better. You really will. You'll feel a lot more comfortable about making decisions. Oh, I'm sorry, Stephanie, I did forget your karmic debt. So you were born, you're born on the 19th day. So that 19. The 19 says that in a previous lifetime, you were a leader. You were very driven. You're very competitive. Still are, actually. There's no question about that. You're still somebody who's competitive. But last time around, in the previous lifetime, you were somebody who was kind of driven to excess. You're a bit of a badass leader, right? You were kind of pounding people into the pavement as you climbed up that corporate ladder. I'm saying that metaphorically, of course. But in this lifetime, your intention is to help people to help themselves. So rather than taking the limelight, the 19s have a tendency to want the limelight, to shine the light, look at me, I'm all that, right? But the job is to take the limelight away from yourself and to shine it on other people, help them go up that corporate ladder, support them in any way you can, and gain the satisfaction that you have helped them to be successful, that their success is actually your success, okay? The 19 has a tendency to, the 19 has a tendency to have a bit of an interest in their image, right? They have a tendency to feel a little bit too engaged in their image, really afraid that people might find out that you don't have it all going on, right? It's kind of like if you're the captain on the ship and the ship's going down, you don't want nobody knowing that you're having a heart attack, right? So you keep your cards kind of closed. It's like, oh, it's all good. You know, so your job is to learn how to be a little bit more vulnerable to allow people to help you, because your vulnerability is actually your strength. We don't see it as a weakness. We see it as a strength. Okay. So I hope that helped a little bit. I hope I'm saying this right. Natombi. So that would be November 28th of 2005. November 28th, 2005, 7, 1, and 11. You're a 19-1, I think. 11, 17, 8. Oh, wait, now 11, 12. Yeah, 19-1. You're a 19-1. So everything I just said relates to you. Okay, the need to be a little bit more vulnerable, to be a gentle leader rather than a hard-ass leader, right? I've got good videos, guys, on YouTube on this stuff. So just type in 19/1 or 13/4, any of those karmic debt numbers. I've got a really good video on each one of them. And I think if you go to my website under resources, there's a handout in there too. There's a PDF handout, a free handout that you can go in and get too. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. Shell. Good to see you, Shell. No, you're September 26th of 74. I think I've done a reading for you before. I'm thinking I did. 10, 17, 21, 3, 8, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12. So you're a 20/2. So your life path number, just let me look at something else. 9, 11, 17, 27, 34, 38. So some might say that you're a 3811. I personally feel that you're a 20/2, but really what matters is how do you feel, right? Do you feel more like a 20/2 or 3811? You might want to check out my video. What is the difference between a 20/2 and an 11/2? Okay, if you just type in what's the difference, or just type the word difference in my search engine, boom, you'll have it. It'll come up and it'll explain the differences for you. Yeah. Victoria, hey, I'm a 29/11, no matter how you work it out. So 20, 05, 93, 1, 9, 10, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 29. Yeah, you are. I'd like to build a connection to spirit. What's the best way to do this? Just ask. Like, seriously, learn how to release and let go. Victoria, the biggest advice I can give you is don't compare yourself to anybody else. Like if you're in psychic development class or whatever, and somebody's all of a sudden seeing ghosts or spirits or whatever, and you're like, well, I'm not seeing it, right? That's really common. Don't go there. It's really important that you don't go there. Just recognize that you're going to get messages the way you get messages. I get messages from birds. I know that sounds crazy. My newsletter that's coming out tomorrow, today's Tuesday, it's coming out Wednesday night. Talks about a connection I had to a woodpecker yesterday. Okay, it's kind of an interesting story. You might want to check it out. If you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, go on over to my website, just AnnPerryNumerologist.com. I'll put it up for you. There. You might want to check it out. You actually get a free video that's not available on YouTube, and it's called 3 Things Your Date of Birth Can Reveal About You. So if you're not already on the mailing list, get on it because you'll get that newsletter. And it talks about this weird connection I had with the woodpecker yesterday. Not unusual for me. I get connections from eagles a lot. That's why I've got there it is, tattoo of the feather, because I have such a strong connection to eagle energy. But it really doesn't seem to matter what kind of birds it is. We have ducks now that come to our back door and knock on the back door, right? Yeah, I am the bird whisperer. So it's cool. It's all good. Good. I'm glad that resonated with you, Stephanie. The reading I have with you in February has changed the direction of my life. Are you kidding, Jasmine? I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God, that's so great. Yeah, send me a message. Let me know what's going on. I would love to hear that. That's so good. I'm just so happy. Carrie Ann, you signed up. Yay! Another one's in the membership. Soon to be the community, I promise. Okay, let me see here. Patty, September 19th of 63. 1, 9, 10, 16, that's 19, that's 1, that's 1. You're an 11. You're an 11 with a karmic debt of 19. Oh, that's a lot of pressure on you to be a leader, do you feel that way? I'm curious. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to create something that is going to leave a mark, that's going to leave, not a mark, but is going to leave, it's like you want to leave the world a better place than when you arrived. And I feel like there's a part of you that says, I don't feel that I've done it yet. And that it's hard because every time I think I've almost got it or whatever, you'll bump the bar a little bit. So you're kind of doing this all the time, because what happens if you actually reach that bar? Is that it? Is it all over? I know that's what a lot of 11s feel like, but I feel like for you, it's, you have that feeling that you're meant to do something that's really going to create something wonderful for humanity before you leave this planet. For you, I would suggest that you have to work really hard on living in the moment, like really living in the moment and celebrating where you're at right now. It's not about, I'll do it when I get better. I'll do it when I get more education. I'll do it when I'm, married. No, it's now, right? The only moment we have is now, right? The future doesn't exist. We can't go to the future because it doesn't exist. It's never going to exist. The only thing that will ever exist is the present that we're in right now. So this is the only time we can make a difference, is right now. So time is of the essence. Hopefully that speaks to you. Yeah, Carrie Ann, I can't wait to get started with you too. I hope that you'll be there on June 25th because it's going to be so cool. Yeah, October 19th, 1971, Kayla Joe. Yep. 19, yeah, so you've got that 19 karmic debt too. So make sure you check out that video that's on there. And you guys, if you go over to my website too, if you go into numerology courses, you can sign up for a free course that I have, which talks all about karmic debts. Do you have one? How do you find it? Because karmic debts are something that, I mean, a lot of these people here in the group have been talking about the fact they're born on the 19th or 16th, 13th, 14th, whatever. So that implies a hardcore karmic debt, but it is possible for karmic debts to show up in the form of cycles. Okay, so it could be an essence, which is an influence that comes from your birth name. This is something I see in a chart when I do readings. And honestly, not many numerologists talk about this stuff, the essence. I don't understand why, but it's very, very important because it's not enough to say, oh, you're in an 8 personal year. Well, it's kind of like saying I'm an 11. Well, what kind of an 11 are you? Well, I'm a 7 life path. Well, what kind of a 7 are you? That's important. We got to know. We got to really crack the code, right? So when I do a reading, I'm looking at your personal year that you're in, but I'm also going to look at how is your birth name affecting that experience. So if you feel like you're in a bit of a shithole and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, I might be able to tell you differently, right? In fact, I know I can. So that's what got me into numerology in the first place, was I was in a shithole. I really was in 2003. I didn't think I was getting out of that hole. And I remember when I learned numerology a few years later, the first thing I wanted to do was find out what the heck was that all about, 2003, because it was a pretty dark place I was in. And when I went back, I looked at it and went, oh my God, I had this really awful essence that started at this point and ended at this point. And if somebody had told me that going in, I would have gone through it much differently, right? But when you're in it and you don't know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, it's pretty scary, right? So that's one of the things that that's one of the things that I can tell you through a reading, and just looking at the charts, right? It's pretty amazing stuff. I'm going to be teaching that also in the group as we go in. There's going to be different levels to numerology that I'm going to be teaching under this umbrella. So like I said, you guys, this is kind of a random thing that I came in today. I wasn't planning on doing this, but again, the Master Number 11 membership is shifting, and it is changing, and it's going to be turned into the Clarity Seekers community where everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome to join now. You can get in for $65 a year, $11 a month, right? That price will never go up for you so long as you sign up before the new community opens in July. When it opens in July, it's going to $47 a month or $470 for the year. What you're going to get after July, it's like ridiculous. Like, you'll be connecting with me live 5 times a month if you choose to. There's going to be a live event every month where I bring in a guest speaker. The guest speaker that I have coming in on Monday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern, and if you can't make it, it's recorded, is Dr. Gail. Dr. Gail's coming in. She is a specialist who deals with healing aliens and the relationship that aliens have with people. So it's called Beam Me Up Scotty. It's all about the aliens. So you do not want to miss that. I am so pumped for that. You just don't even know. Yeah, we've got people who are specialists in reading Akashic records. We've got energy healers. We have people who specialize in nutrition for intuition, so you can keep your intuition running high. Right now, there's currently 42 master classes in the membership now before you even get going into the new one that's starting in July. So I can't wait to see you in there because, like I said, this option is not going to be available for too much longer. So take advantage of it. This is the best deal you're going to get in 2022, even from the grocery store. I promise. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, it is fun, Laura. It is. Thank you. Oh, Lise, I appreciate you saying that because you have no idea how crazy it was for me to come up with that name. I tried on all these different names, but the Clarity Seekers, isn't that what we all want? Isn't that what we're all looking for? Aren't we just a little bit confused, right? We wouldn't be here if we weren't, right? So I want to, I've evolved into a place that I'm saying I just love to help spiritual seekers have fun, right? That's the key. Have fun uncovering who they are, right? And really discovering who you are. So I really want to help you have fun and help you to travel from a place of total confusion to a a place of total clarity so that you know that your time matters here and that you're making a big difference and you're making a large contribution. So I am so pumped. How do you go about joining the group? I'm so glad you asked. Hang on. I will show you. You go right there. Just go in there. There's two little links that once you click, it's not a clickable link. You're gonna have to copy that, unfortunately, but I'll put it down below. All you do is go to that website and you are going to click on the link. If you want the $11 a month, that's great. Or if you want the $65 for the year, you can click on either one. The 1 year option actually gets you a free course that's worth $47. Like, right? So do the math. Like, it doesn't take much to figure it out. But that's where you go. All right. What else we got? Have fun. You mean it's not all challenges? You got it's how we look at them, Michelle. It's how we look at them. Hey, Oscar Bourgeois. Good to see you, buddy. Say hi to Nancy. Give her a hug for me. Yeah. Yes. If Facebook user, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are because your name's not coming up, but you're saying I need to see when I joined last year to make sure I'm grandfathered in. If you are an existing paying member right now, you are grandfathered in. It will not change. So that's how that goes. So, and Barbara Jean, I showed that. So that's all good. Anybody else have any pressing questions here? 14.5 expression number. Will this still be similar to karmic debt life path? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I got off track. Somebody asked me something and I went off track. So for karmic debts, I started saying that in the, in your core numbers, so that would be your life path number where all your lessons are, your expression number where your talents and your gifts are, your heart's desire number, or your birthday number. They can all hold karmic debts. And they're kind of, they're the ones you're going to feel. The life path number one, the life path number with a karmic debt in it, you'll feel that more than any of the others. However, it is possible that you can go into a cycle of a pinnacle or a life path period or an essence, or a personal month or a personal year that will have the karmic debt influence. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily guilty of previous bad behavior. It means that you will feel the effects of that, but that it's transient. Okay. It's not etched in stone. It's not like I was bad. I chose to bring it back. I am going to work on it for my entire life. Okay. So it is possible to have it as a transient cycle rather than being etched in stone, so to speak. Hopefully that makes sense. So in terms of the expression number, yeah, absolutely feeling it. There's I have a 5 expression number too, but mine's not a 14.5. It's just a straight up 5. So the 5, I don't know what your life path number is, Victoria. You might have told me earlier, but in my case, I'm a 7, so I'm a spiritual teacher. Now the 7s like to kind of hang out by themselves. They like to be out in nature. They like to be quiet, meditate, read books, that kind of stuff. But we can't be really effective teachers if that's all we do, right? So we gave thought to our birth vibration. We don't choose our birth name, but we do choose the vibration of our birth name. And we send forth a message telepathically to whoever is going to name us in this lifetime. And we say, listen, I don't care what you're going to call me. Call me whatever you want. But you have to make sure that whatever you call me will vibrate at the vibration of the number, whatever, in your case, 14.5. So the expression number brings in your talent and your gift that you chose to bring with you that will help to support you on your journey as your life path number, because that's the lesson number, right? But when it comes in as a karmic debt, sometimes there's a little bit of a resistance. The 5, in my case, straight up 5 says, I can do YouTube. I can do live StreamYards. I can do Facebook Lives. I can do radio, television, whatever you want me to do. It doesn't bother me, right? That's the gift I gave myself to support me in my efforts to be that spiritual teacher. So, but with the 14.5, there's a little bit of resistance because that 4 is in there causing you to be a little bit timid. So it's challenging you to kind of push yourself a little bit more. So hopefully that makes sense. Nancy Lloyd, nice to see you here. Just go to the website, AnnPerryNumerologist.com/master11-overview. I'll leave that up for a few minutes. You can go right in there and you just push whichever one you want, whether it's a yearly membership or whether it's a monthly membership. It's entirely up to you. You guys can cancel anytime too, right? I'm not going to hold you by your toes. So let's see. Lori's got a question. Is there significance to the day of the year. Today is the 165th. You know what? I don't know. I'm sure there is, because numbers all mean something, right? There's codes to everything. I honestly can't answer that. I wish I knew, but I think I would have to really, really study that. I know today is that universal day, where today is June 14th of 2022. So June is a 6, the 14 comes down as a 5, and 2022 comes down as a 6. So that comes up as a 17-8, right? So how this conversation started in the first place was the fact that we're under the influence of a full moon that's saying, kick to the curb anything that's not working for you, release everything that is standing in your way of you being able to be your best self. Whatever you've been resisting is persisting, so release it and let go of it. But that 178, the energy of today, 178 is causing you to kind of struggle with a need to hang on for the control, right? The 7 is you thinking about what you need to do, but the 8 says, I don't want to let go. I know I should jump off the diving board. I'm thinking about it, but I don't want to do it yet because I just want to hang on. So last time I checked, you can't move forward if you're not willing to put your best foot forward, right? So that's what we're doing today. Let's see. I'll wrap this up here in a second. Oops. Wait now. Let's see. Sorry, I missed a whole bunch of these. Hey, Tina Frigo. Gosh, I haven't seen you in a million years. Good to see you. Yes, April, you'll definitely be shifted. There'll be an email. If you're an existing member of the membership, you'll get an email in a little while, in a few weeks, and it'll just I don't exactly know how they're doing. I've got people who are working in the background to do this for me. My team is working it out. So it will. You'll get a message that says to push this button or something. And it'll all happen. It'll be streamlined. You'll just transfer right over there. So even though you're an existing member now, so you're paying your membership through MemberSpace, that's who takes the money, so to speak, for it. That won't change. That'll be exactly the same. It's just that the membership, the community as it is going to be hosted over on another platform. That's all. But the other platform is kick ass, right? We're going to have chat rooms in there, like a Facebook group chat room that's in there, not on Facebook. It's going to be just in the membership. So you guys will be able to talk amongst yourselves, post some really cool memes if you want, ask questions, get to know each other. It's a community. And I feel that that's the one thing we've been missing in the Master Number membership. Like I said, the price has to go up because the cost of doing that kind of business is a lot more expensive. But I just want to give everybody a fair opportunity to get in. I just logged on, so I'm already a member. Will I automatically be a part of the new community? Absolutely. Lise, how do you know when your membership comes up for renewal? It automatically renews. If you put your credit card in there, it just automatically renews for you unless you cancel it. And if you're an existing member, you just grandfathered in at the old price. So that's the promise I'm making to everybody. 1 and 9 is 10, 18, 21, that's 3, 25, 34, 7. And Linda Esling, you have no karmic debt showing up in your date of birth. That does not mean you don't have a karmic debt. It means that in your date of birth, it's not showing up. But if I was to look at your full chart, there's a good possibility that you may have one in one of your other core numbers, or there might be something that is affecting you somewhere else. Skywalking with Moon. I am Dr. Gail. I know that. How long would you say it takes to learn numerology? Rikara, when I know it all, I'll let you know. You learn as you go, right? I am going to be teaching numerology. Probably that part of it probably won't start until the fall because there's a lot of work in me getting that program ready for you. But I will be teaching numerology in the new program, which is kind of cool because the only way I've taught it before, those programs, the 4-week programs I've taught were like $795, but you're going to get it in the membership at $11 a month or, $65 for the year. Or you can wait and pay more. Jean Guerrero, good to see you. Awesome. I haven't seen you for so long. It's good to see you in the group. Carrie Ann, we also choose our parents. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a Jean 13-4. You've got it, girlfriend. You're all right. Carrie Ann, do we also choose our parents? Wow. I'm so glad you asked that. this is how this talk's going to go today. I was supposed to be off like 20 minutes ago, but anyway, seeing as you guys still want to chat, let's do this. All right. So the theory is that we do choose our parents. All right. So I was 43 years old going, WTF, seriously? Like, all right. I get it why other people choose their parents, but I was kind of confused as to why I chose mine, right? Because my mom had some issues kind of going on and my dad was a severe alcoholic. So I was like, what the hell? Like what, my dad was a good man and so was my mother. But he was very sensitive. He was a kind person. He was many things. He was not abusive in any way, but he chose the bottle over everything, right? He's a functioning alcoholic. He provided for us. That was all good. But my question was, how is it that I would choose somebody who really wants nothing to do with me? Was my feeling, right? So when I was 43, I said, damn, I want to be a full-time numerologist. I know this is what I'm meant to do. I know this is what my purpose is. So I am going to look at my dad differently. Now, the issue with my chart is I don't have any nines in my chart. Okay. So the fact that I have no nines in my chart means that being empathetic is not something that's natural for me. I had to learn how to be empathic. It's, many of you come in and you're already empaths, but for me, I had to learn how to be empathic. So I decided to look at my dad a little differently. And when I did, I started to see that my father, I didn't know his story because he never shared it. I had to kind of dig a little bit. And I realized that my dad was only 5 years old when his dad died of a sudden death. And his mother, my grandmother, was blamed for his death. So you can imagine that would kind of leave a mark on a little kid. And he was the youngest of 3 kids, right? So life was pretty tough and he was pretty shattered through that. And when I learned that, I went, oh, wow, all this time I thought I wasn't good enough. And that's why he wanted nothing to do with me. Now I see that dad just had a whole bunch of junk in the trunk that he needed to work through. Take this step a little bit further. And I had a reading with Susan Saucier. She is the gal that I do the monthly forecasts with. She's awesome. She's a psychic medium, spiritual life coach. And Susan, I had a reading with her last year. And she said to me that my father was there. Like he came in right away. Very unusual because dad kind of hangs off in the background. But this time he was right there. And he said to me, he said to her, tell Anne that when she asked me to be the drunken dad, I said no, because I knew that was going to hurt her. I absolutely refused, but she wouldn't let up. She was relentless. She absolutely needed me to be the drunken dad for whatever reason, right? And so I loved her that much that I stood in that position for her. Like, think about that for a second, right? That doesn't have to be your belief system, okay? But that completely changed my life, hearing that. Because all of a sudden it was like, whoa, wait a minute. I kind of felt like a victim my whole life, being neglected by the drunken dad. But I chose him. And I feel that I chose him because that is a huge part of the work that I do to help people to understand that there are contracts that exist between all of us. We don't all get to play the bad guy or the good guy, right? But we are all lead roles in our play, right? We're the lead characters in our play. And all the people that we connect with, we have souls contracts with them, right? So I'm not suggesting that if you've been abused that you choose the abuse, but I do believe that we choose the opportunity to learn as a result of the abuse. So if somebody's been abused, maybe they're here to learn in this lifetime, they've decided they want to learn self-respect. They want to learn about healing. They want to learn about forgiveness and patience and tolerance and all the things that go into healing from abuse, right? So I'm never going to suggest that, you asked to be abused, but there's something that you're working out between the abuser and yourself. Okay. So we all hold a role to play. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to share that. I appreciate you asking that question, Carrie Ann, because that's a very big, very, very big concept that has just kind of landed for me recently. Oh my gosh, Roxy Mama, are you kidding? No, if you're 33, you're a 33, and give yourself a big hug because there ain't nothing easy about being a 33, right? I do have a video on 33. You can check it out on YouTube. You may have already seen it. So I absolutely believe in master numbers. But to dispel any kind of theories around master numbers, I want you to realize that having a master number does not mean that you're a master of anything. And it kind of implies that, doesn't it? But what it says is that you are here to master the duplicated number. So in the case of the 33, you are here mastering the vibration associated with the number 3. It's like the 11s are here to master the duplicated number 1, the 22s, the number 2. But you're here to master the vibration of the number 33, duplicated 3s. So that's learning how to express yourself without ridicule, express yourself without judgment. Express yourself, find ways to express yourself, to release the need for perfectionism, to teach the world that there is no such thing as perfectionism, to be a speaker in some way, whether that's a written word or a spoken word or music or whatever you're drawn to. But it's learning how not to suffer in silence and to feel like you're not good enough, because you're more than good enough. You would not have been granted the opportunity to be a 33-6 unless you had enough experience in a previous lifetime with which to handle it in this lifetime. So it's all good. You would probably really benefit from the membership, because there's so much in there that relates to developing confidence to just do you, right? Just be you. So I hope that you'll step into that. Shirley's all signed up. Yay, I'll get to see you at the lives. That's awesome. Very similar father. Yeah. We've all got them, right? Took me a lifetime to figure out, I never figured out until both of them were gone. I'm a little slow learner, I guess. All right. Wait now, where'd you go? Mom is a straight up 11 and I am a 47-11. My relationship with my parents enhanced my sensitivity, increased my natural empathy. 11s are not natural nurturers usually. Yeah, you're right. Because the 11s, they have to really push themselves to be in the group, right? Because the 11 says, I just kind of want to be hanging out with people who are important to me in small, quiet, little intimate relationships. Even if your personality is a 33, Roxy Mama, you're still gonna feel it. So awesome, Cheney. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's awesome. Facebook user, thank you for asking that, Carrie Ann, and thank you, Ann, for sharing that. As my mama was an alcoholic until she passed from it at the end of 2020, that really helped me a lot. And whoa, the tears I needed to release. Thank you. Oh my God, big hugs going out to you, really, because I know how big that is. Seriously, that's so good. All right. Stephanie, I'm signed up. Great. Yay. I'm feeling like something is happening in my life and I'm bringing more in tune with something. That's fantastic. That's so good. So good. Well, guys, I've been on here for almost an hour and a half. This is supposed to be like a half an hour or so. But it was fun hanging out with you. It's kind of foggy and crappy outside. I can't be out there gardening, and I just kind of felt like hanging out with you. So I really do hope that you'll join the community. Put up another thing up here for you. There it is. $65 a year. That's 12 months. That's $541 a month. You get to hang out with me 5 times a month live and with my special guest speakers. There's recordings for all this stuff. We quite often have big prizes and stuff in there too. So, and you get a free course if you sign up for a year. So, but more importantly, honest to God, sincerely, to me, it's neither here nor there, $11 or whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, I want to be of service. I really want to help you guys evolve in a bigger way. 2022, it's a 6. This is the year where we all feel the need to be of service. So let's be of service to each other. Let's really kick some serious ass in this community, because that's what it's all about. And I really, really feel that the timing is right. And if you'd share it, if you tell a few people about it, I really appreciate it. Oh, and the other news, but wait, there's more. I'm on TikTok now. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I sure would appreciate it if you go in there and follow me or whatever it is you're supposed to do in there. Because I want to be able to do some lives in TikTok, and I can't unless I've got 11 people or 1,000 people following me. So anyway, humor a girl. And if you're on TikTok, go look for me and, just hit that little subscribe button or whatever they're asking you to do. That would be amazing. I really would appreciate that. So I want to see you guys all there Monday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern time, because we've got Dr. Yale coming in talking about Beam Me Up, Scotty. It's all about the aliens. This is so far out from anything I have ever presented before. I have no idea how this is going to roll out, but I am super pumped and excited, and I really hope that you'll join me and Dr. Gale. And just remember, the Clarity Seekers community is opening soon. You want to get in before it opens. All right. I love you guys. I really do. Thanks for hanging out with me. Gosh, you guys hung in for a long time. I hope you have a great full moon. Don't forget to kick to the curb anything that's not serving you well. And I really hope that you are creating your best day ever. Love y'all. Bye for now.